Hello everyone, today we're going to be working on a beautiful colorful terracotta jewelry. It's a daily wear set. Please find the link in the description below on how I made this pendant as well as the earrings. You'll find all of them in the description box below. So here everything is fired, bisque fired, beautifully done. I've laid out the paints as well as the brushes. The paints I'm going to be using are acrylic, and it's black, antique gold, red, silver, blue and green. I've laid out a few paint brushes as well. The broad brush is just for the base coat, and the liner brush is for highlighting the details. Just kept an extra brush over there for mixing the paint. So these are the brushes that I'm currently using. So if you see, I have laid out some of the beads as well that I'm going to be using, because that's the color that I'm trying to arrive at. So it's a teal blue, so I'm mixing a little bit of green with a slightly larger quantity of blue, and this is a sure shot way of getting a hot pink shade. I think a few of you have basically asked me about this, and this is probably one of the best methods. I feel like it really gives you a nice bright pink, a really vibrant pink if that's what you're looking for. So if you see, that's red and silver, that gives me a hot pink color, and green and blue, which gives me a teal kind of a color. So I start off with a diluted shade of black all over the pendant as well as the jhumkas. Again, this is the only time I'm going to be using my broad brush. Apart from that, it's all going to be with the liner brush. With the liner brush now. And if you see, the color is really vibrant. It's really beautiful. By the way, I'm actually working at so this is something that I'm doing at night with a backlight on, so which is why there's a slight difference in the in how the brightness of this image actually looks, but this is a really easy way to arrive at a hot pink color. You don't have to really go buy a particular shade like that. If you have silver and a nice beautiful crimson, a nice red, you just have to mix that, and you can keep mixing, rather adding the silver just based on the desired shade of pink that you're looking at. But this is a very easy way of getting a hot pink shade. So I think pinks and blues go well. Pink and grey goes well. So this is a combination which I don't think I've really used. At least I can't recollect when was the last time I used a color combination like this. So I thought it's going to be a little different. Which is why I thought, okay, let's go for it. So I'm just using the teal blue, the hot pink, gold, and obviously black over here. And in the beginning, you did see me place a few beads in that palette. The reason I did that was just to get the color somewhat close to the color of the bead, rather the shade of the bead. Sometimes that helps because I think in some of these pieces I do tend to work backwards. Because what happens is I have my pieces ready, and sometimes I'm just a little confused with the colors and sometimes the assembling, because I try and do all of that in one video. So I just go by what beads I have. I try and if it's interesting and if it's a unique combination, then I thought, why not try it in this manner. So I think blue, pink, gold, I think they go really well. I think it also makes it look very, very colorful. Teal is personally a color that I really like. Now for the jhumkas, so this is another thing which I don't think I have really done, which is doing this kind of a half and half. So in this kind of a semicircle, I've done half of that in pink and then the other half in blue, or rather teal. And this is again something which is different in this particular one, because I really can't recollect when was the last time I did something like that. So the jhumkas are really small, very light in weight, really pretty. So this is what I was referring to. Half of it is in blue and half of it is in pink, the nice hot pink. It's a really vibrant color. I think the light, the background, the light which I'm working under is actually changing the color or how it appears on screen a little bit. Yeah. It's got a very, so once the piece completes, you'll see that it's got a very festive appearance to it. Yet it's very light. It'll still pull off. You can still pull it off as a nice daily wear set. And there you go. The jhumkas as well as the the jhumkas as well as the pendant is ready. Paint is also dry. Time to varnish. This is the product I use. I give it a good shake and transfer a little bit of contents into a bowl or a container, and using a soft bristle brush I apply a nice even coat. Time to assemble. Everything is dried. So I'm using these textured beads. I think off late I have really started liking the shade of brown, and these are the wooden beads that I'm going to be using. By the way, for the textured beads, please see the description box on how I made that. The rest of the materials is something that you're familiar with. That's the black cord, which is roughly about 3 to 4 mm. I have my pliers. I begin by putting in the earring hooks for the this is just a simple mehndi color earring hook, and I put that for the jhumkas using my pliers. The assembling is pretty simple. Like I said, this is a daily wear set, not looking for something heavy. I have these I had these wooden beads. I think there have been questions about where I get these wooden beads from. So I typically buy, when I was in India, I picked these up from a store in Jayanagar 4th block, and they just come. They're just really handy. I like the quality and the color, the vibrancy of these beautiful beads. I just have a stock of them. So I haven't bought these online, so when you typically ask me for a link, I may not be able to share it because I have not bought it online. So if you see, the pendant is ready. I just knot the ends so that the beads stay in place. By the way, if I do come across something, maybe a useful link, I'll try and share it. I'll definitely try my best to help out. I put in the wooden bead, and once this is nice and firm, this helps adjust the length of the chain, typically where you want to wear the pendant at. I knot both the ends. This is again something that has become my recent favorite way of finishing off a piece. Just adding a little bit of beads at the end of the chain as well, or rather the neck piece as well. Once that's done, make sure the knots are really nice and firm. I cut it off, and then I burn the edges, just making sure it's all sealed in well, and the ends don't look frayed, and that's pretty much it. The pendant is ready, the earrings, the beautiful earrings are ready, and you see the color here, it just looks so pretty. I took these photos in daylight, so you get a better idea of exactly how the color really looks. So I really hope you all enjoyed watching the video. Please let me know what you think of the video in the comments. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for watching.